Like, ha ha ha, I'm edgy. I said the number 14. Ha 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 ha. Enough of this. To the Bronze Winston VOD. Bronze Reinhardt VOD. Not Bronze Winston, Bronze Reinhardt.
So, this might fail first try, but, first thing, I'm just pushing straight through the choke. I'm not gonna waste any time there.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Oh, Doomfist?
I'm going right.
Are you shield hopping? Chat, is a Bronze Reinhardt literally shield hopping? What the fuck? Comms? We just watched a Platinum Sombra where it was completely silent. And now we're switching to a Bronze Reinhardt VOD where the Reinhardt starts shield hopping right outside of the gates? What?
No, we gotta win some now.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nothing I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
We'll see how it works.
We will complete our mission.
Versus bucket.
Basically.
I love it how Bronze has such a small player base sometimes that all the people know each other. And every time I watch a Bronze VOD, there's always at least like 2 or 3 people who know each other and start chatting on voice comms. I feel like Bronze is one of the actually least toxic ranks, at least from the VODs that I've seen. You know, some people get passive aggressive at each other, but at the start of the games, everyone's always just so chipper and talking to each other.
The government's here.
Great. Forget that.
Cheetah.
So,
These people aren't even stacked together and they're
this
having a
might
fun
fail
time.
First try, but, first thing, I'm just pushing straight through the choke.
I love this guy. First thing, I'm just pushing straight through the choke. I love it's too bad the music. We're going to have to listen to this VOD. It's going to be pretty loud, chat, but he's quiet and the background music is loud. So I'm going to turn it up so we can hear what Urban Cohort is calling out.
Not gonna waste any time there.
Not going to
get
waste
it.
any time. I fucking love you, dude, already.
Oh, Doomfist?
And it's not like he's just jumping with his shield up. He's actually shield hopping. Do you see this? He's actually shield hopping.
Not gonna
What the
waste
fuck? People in Diamond and Master? I taught a Grandmaster Reinhardt how to shield hop like a week ago.
any time there.
Let's get it.
He's doing it
Yeah.
perfectly. What the fuck?
Doomfist?
I'm going right.
Like, he could have fire striked. He should have fire striked for ultimate charge already. But wow, I like this.
They have a torp turret. I didn't see where it was. It's in the back left corner.
Okay. So, good aggression to a point, but not using the geometry. So there's a difference between poking at the choke and using map geometry. And you can create a choke basically wherever you want by using corners. So fire strike accuracy and cornering or positioning is the two things that I'm seeing so far. But I like this guy. I like this guy. I like this guy. Urban Cohort. Is Urban Cohort in chat? I hope he's in chat. Are you in chat, Urban Cohort? Because you would have known what time I was doing this. Show yourself, Urban Cohort. Are you on the Discord, Urban Cohort? I gotta talk to you. You gotta jump on the Discord. Urban Cohort, jump on the Discord. Hop in one of the voice channels and I'll drag you. You have been summoned. Give me a minute. Sure. This guy's obviously put effort into it. These are things that you don't discover on your own unless you're being taught them. So what I'm seeing is that this guy has been putting effort into improving. He has a number of techs that are beyond his SR level. He has the right mentality. He has a good understanding of the basics of the game. And he's bronze. And he's single star, too. So, fascinating. Fascinating. if I was going to accept anyone as like somebody that I put a lot of effort into coaching, somebody like this would be a perfect candidate. Hello, my friend.
Hi. Hold on, let me mute Twitch.
Do you like being called Urban or Cohort? Or
Urban's fine.
Urban?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call you
Yeah.
Urban. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
So
I wasn't expecting to be pulled into voice.
I wasn't expecting to pull you into voice.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Now, tell us a bit about who you are, because I'm sure we're going to see you in the Overwatch League someday. So, what's your what's your background? How long Go ahead, just tell us a bit about you.
I've been playing video games, all sorts of video games, very casually. I'm a filthy casual. On and off. And when I go into a game, I go hard, but I usually don't get past the lowest tier.
I can tell you're nervous. Just take a breath. It's not that scary. Do you have a glass of water?
No.
Okay. Go grab a drink of water. I can tell from your voice you're nervous. Just relax. We're all friends here. Go grab a drink of water and just take a breath and then come back. Just because there's 1,000 people watching, it's not that stressful. Just go take a break, grab a drink of water, and let me know when you're back.
Give me a quick sec then.
So cute. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun one to look at. I think he's gonna have some insight. Seems like a great guy. Casual, yes, but casual does not give away the answer about why bronze. Bronze is bottom 8%. So normally you can't just being average should be sufficient for an individual to be in gold. And if you were doing like this stuff and the icon in the bottom left corner said gold, I would not even be in the remotest surprised. This seems like gold. Well-intentioned, few minor errors here and there. Maybe it's just not working because your teammate doesn't listen to you. You're not individually impactful enough to carry on your own. If this was gold, I wouldn't have even flinched. I wouldn't have even been talking about the errors that had occurred so far. But welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, you do sound a lot calmer now. Excellent. So now, tell me the story about you getting Overwatch and you're doing initial placements. Did you place in bronze? Did you derank to bronze? How did you end up in bronze? Did you just go on drunken rampages? You know, Overwatch is you get home from the bar after 40 shots and you're like, I'm going to play some Overwatch. And then you end up in bronze. So,
you know what? That's not too far off the mark.
You're not the first person who's been in this situation. The kind of people who just, they're casuals and they play just when they want to play. They're not, so.
I want to have a good time. I don't want to drag my teammates down with me, but, it just happens. But, I drink and I play Overwatch is what I do. I'm like a stupid Tyrion Lannister.
A stupid Tyrion Lannister. That's so let me ask you: are you trying? So, if you're the kind of person who plays for fun, plays when he's drunk, just has a good time, wants to play with teammates, you're solo queue, so you're not playing with friends. And then two, why are you pursuing coaching if you kind of just play to have fun and rank doesn't matter? And Overwatch is a fun game I enjoy to play. So why aren't you stacking? And why are you pursuing coaching?
Ooh, because I do want to get better. How do I say this?
With words,
I want to be the best I can be without losing sight of the fun. If that makes sense.
I love you.
Oh, God.
Is that gay?
It would be okay if it was, right?
It would be absolutely okay if it was. That is fantastic mindset. Quote this man. That needs to be a quote. Mods, quote it. Wow. Okay. I love you already. But
thank you.
I'm actually going to add you as a friend on Discord specifically so that we can do screen share so you don't have to watch the VOD through the delay. So if you could accept my friend request, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Okay.
You still there, buddy?
Who is this guy? Yep.
Perfect. I'm just going to turn on screen share. Okay, can you see the screen okay?
No, well enough.
Perfect. Okay, so let's start taking a look at your VOD. I loved your communication. Up like bit more aggressive, especially with the pace of play that is in bronze. If you had been doing this in gold or platinum, your team would have followed up with you. Would have been a great play, and
Yeah.
you probably would have succeeded. But this is bronze, so you're one of the, and you're doing things that are beyond your, not beyond your skill level, because your skill level and your SR are different things. So you are, we'll just put it right on the table, dramatically more skilled than bronze. Dramatically.
Maybe this game.
Yes, when you're
But,
sober.
yeah. Sure.
So have you watched some of my previous main tank, or where are you getting your tips from? Like, where did you learn shield hopping, for example?
Oh, here and there. I think I heard of. Do you mind me saying other YouTube channel names?
No, please go ahead. No.
So I watched before I found you. I watched a lot of your Overwatch and a bit of Unit Lost.
Oh, excellent. Two of the larger ones. Any Overwatch Central or IO Stux or One Against Many? Any of those guys?
A little bit of your Overwatch Central on the side, but mostly it was those two channels.
Excellent.
A bit of Skylines, I think, as well.
Oh, Skyline was a fantastic channel while he was still active. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So,
Yeah.
like you've this is kind of, I can always tell when people have tried to improve themselves because they are using techs which are very powerful techs. So let's think about it. What's a better way to explain this? Kind of like shield hopping might give you like a 5 or a 10% advantage in terms of like or shield management, or you're managing the health of your shield and make sure it never breaks, that you can actually take more distance for the same amount of shield health. But the reason why the shield hopping itself is not increasing your skill ranking on its own is that is not the factor that is determining whether fights are won or fights are lost. So your shield hopping is a great technique, and you've got great shield management. But shield management is only going to be the make or break in a team fight against another Reinhardt, where the loser is the one who has his shield break first, for example. So it's a great tech, and you have dramatically overdeveloped that skill set to a point where it's not actually, that will never be the reason why you lose, but it's also not going to be the reason why you win in very many cases. So I've only gotten through like 40 seconds of your footage, but let's keep playing. And if you see anything that you want to like mention, just feel free to interrupt me or tell me to pause to either talk about what you had in your mind or ask me a question.
Okay. A lot of times it feels like I'm feeding, and give it a little while, this will all fall apart, I'm sure.
Oh, welcome to main tank. If you don't feel like you're feeding, you're doing it wrong. So yeah, that is
Okay.
Oh yes, welcome to the world of main tank, especially in season 10.
All right.
Okay, let's keep going.
The Rein is now.
So you died here because you charged in, right? You kind of
Yeah, I
advanced
charged
a
in.
little bit too far forward, and then you charged. Kind
Yeah,
of as a
a lot
last
of-
resort. Go
A
ahead.
lot of times when shit gets real, I guess, my brain shuts off and I immediately go into attack mode.
And you know what? That's
Oh.
not a bad thing either.
I remember being very shocked when this Moira ran at me, though.
D.va's on the right. That's unfortunate. That pillar blocked your fire
Yeah,
strike.
yeah. I was a little annoyed at that. And here I'm just trying to corral my team to go any direction together.
Now, y'all are also playing with a Winston as your second tank, right? So that's going to be rather
I
challenging
wasn't too
yourself.
bothered. Yeah, I wasn't too bothered by that. I was just happy to have a secondary tank.
You know what? That's a good mentality to have. What are you laughing about? You kind of
I
having a
remember
giggle there. Go ahead.
I remember this part. No, keep playing it. Keep playing it.
Okay.
Something stupid by me happens. So not playing into a molten core, if I recall correctly, was the call.
It's a good call. It's extremely challenging to push into a molten core.
And
Here's the
here he
Doomfist.
goes up, and I stand near the door because I don't know that I didn't. Yeah. So I didn't know that Doomfist couldn't go inside.
He can go inside. Actually, it depends
He
on
can
what.
go inside, but yeah,
Yeah. So
like there he
if
didn't
he
look like he
right
could.
clicks, he gets like a bird's eye perspective, and he can go on top of things. If he doesn't right click, he stays on the ground and will follow the floor.
Okay, so yeah, I was watching that replay earlier, and I was based on that. I thought like, oh, maybe he can't go inside, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he can.
okay, so it didn't matter where I stood.
Now,
Okay.
the one really cool thing about the Doomfist ult interaction with the Reinhardt is that his Doomfist's like big red targeting circle thing, you can block that using your shield. Did you know that?
I picked that up in the time between recording that and this being on air.
Yeah. So one of the really cool things is using your shield hop tech. Like if the Doomfist kind of lands somewhere within like 5 meters of you, you can kind of like place your shield to just move the edge of your shield between the Doomfist and whatever he's trying to land on. Or if he tries to put it on you, you just shield hop back, put your shield up, and that'll protect you from all the damage.
Okay, and I could have protected my squishy too.
Okay, so respawning here. Your Pharah's doing good work.
No, I was very happy with that.
Fire strike accuracy could use some work. Missed a couple fire strikes here. That annoying
here we go.
Doomfist has been rezzed.
Yeah, he's been burning me. He was annoying me the whole match. Oh,
Well, you sure put him in his place. Nice.
so the pin has to be my favorite part of Rein's kit.
Oh yeah, it's just something so much fun about just slamming somebody into a ground. You got the Mercy and the D.va. I love this.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes mindless aggression pays off, especially
You got like
in bronze.
a 4K there, man. That was dope. I want to watch this again.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to it with audio too. You won't be able to hear the audio, but the stream will.
Oh,
They got me, but they're all hacked.
I got their Doomfist.
Get him.
get him, get him.
Do this one.
Nice.
Nice.
I think my favorite thing about that clip, which not everyone would agree with me on, but the fact that you were hammering the D.va and then you moved on to the Mercy and forced her to Guardian Angel into the fight, I think that was great.
I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I just wanted to put a hammer into that Mercy's face.
But it's even because she has Guardian Angel, but if you were trying to do that again, and when she has the ability to like Guardian Angel away from you, that's lost time, lost value. But by trying to hammer her when she has to Guardian Angel into the middle of a team fight, you force her into a risky position where the rest of your team can follow up on that. So chasing healers in that kind of situation is a great idea. The hammer was good. The pin was good. We'll talk more about fire strikes later. But
Yeah.
so far one of the... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that most of my pins are lucky or calculated risks.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Like there's a difference between like acute and... I call them Narnia pins. So...
oh, they're coming.
They're coming? Oh my god, am I excited. But one of the like things that I think you could use the most, would actually show the most improvement for you, is recognizing threat and what can actually kill you. So, a Doomfist punching you into a wall is a large amount of damage, but like the opponent has a Reinhardt, they have a D.va, they have a Mercy, and a Moira. Now, do those 4 characters pose a threat to you?
Maybe altogether. I'm pretty confident fighting other Ryans at my skill tier, though.
Yep.
So
You certainly look that way. But like, if you are getting healing, if
Uh-oh. Oh, I see you found your pen.
I had balanced it. I've got my little mic stand. I had balanced my pen on my mic stand while I was ranting, apparently. I'm a fucking idiot. Oh my god! But especially when they have like two primary healers, and this is a composition you will see all the way up to platinum, and even sometimes into diamond, is the double primary healer. So some like two characters that have a shit ton of healing, Mercy and the Moira. Neither of those characters have any ability to threaten you, really. You know, the Coalescence, maybe. A damage boosted Valkyrie, maybe. But even then, on like the scale of threat that it actually poses you, it's minimal. Very minimal. It's not like a Lucio and his ability to boop you into your team farther out of position than you would want to be. It's not a Zenyatta threatening with you with Discord, preventing you from being more aggressive than you want. You know, it's not an Ana who could anti you or sleep you. Mercy and Moira provides so little threat to you, it's almost you can basically ignore their presence. And the other thing is that, like, if you hammer swinging is going to just barely, out damage a Mercy. But if they're, if both of their healers are healing the things you're attacking, then like it's not going to die. But they have just a redundancy of heals. It's not going to do anything for them. So you can very easily apply pressure, take space, and farm your ultimate without any threat to yourself. So one of the things that I saw on this first point is that you were being overly cautious. Now, this is probably a symptom of you not having a team that wants to follow you up, which is why if you are going to climb, I would definitely recommend stacking. And like Rein's work best with a Zarya duo or a support duo so that the Rein knows that he at least has one person he can count on for support. So if you are going to climb, I would definitely recommend stacking. It will provide a little bit of normalcy to your game. Provide kind of like a baseline of something that you can expect and you can play around, and allow you to be more aggressive, more consistently, as well as if your teammate communicates as well. It'll give you another person to work with, where the inconsistency in bronze and silver may be overwhelming. So, especially with the meta, the way it's shifted. Have you played much in Season 10 yet?
I think I'm 22 games in.
And what's your win-loss?
Currently, I'm right back where I am in this video, so I'm at 1380. Just about 1377.
Unbelievable to me that you're 1380. Okay. Do you work full-time?
I do, but I work 3 days a week. Long hours, though.
Would you be interested in a challenge?
Oh, God. Sure.
How high do you think we can get you in one season?
I mean, the high.
I'm not going to play with you.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to play with you. That would just be straight up boosting. How high? Give me a rank. Chat, how high do you think we can get this boy?
The highest I've ever been is high gold, and I crashed down like a comet from there.
Chat thinks we can get you to. A lot of people are voting plat. I think plat's too easy. I think plat would be a cinch for you. How many hours do you play a week?
Oh God, it's hard to define. Maybe 12 to 20-ish?
More than enough.
That's a guess. That's a pure guess.
I think we could get you to plat easy. Hold that thought. Let's keep playing. Now you're on D.va. Okay. So, no, did I
That's
skip?
the second half of the game.
Oh,
yeah, I noticed that.
I accidentally clicked way far ahead in the VOD. Okay, let's keep going.
No, we're double shielding.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Pushing up. Keep Ana on the point.
Yeah. I always feel obligated to make other people's ults onto me be useful.
Yeah. My favorite thing to do when an Ana nano boosts me is flame her instead. Especially if she messes it up.
Yeah. It's never gotten me anywhere, so I try to avoid it.
I was kidding. Please don't take that as actual advice. But no, like so many times, like if you're a Genji or a Soldier or a Rein or a Winston or whatever, and you get a nano boost and it's not possible for you to do anything with it, Just be like, sorry, Anna. You know, if you don't want to be an asshole, just be like, sorry, I can't do anything with that. Just like, let me know in advance, or ask me, or I'll ask for it. You know, you can come up with that. But if she nanos you and it's a poor time, just be like, okay. So it's one of the rules. You know, we talk about it all the time. Where if a blade is more than enough to win, nano blade is a waste. So
Okay.
if the nano isn't needed, it's not needed. Let them make their mistake. Don't add an additional mistake to theirs. So.
Okay. Well, luckily I wanted to move forward anyways, so kind of works out.
I get, yeah. But was it very useful? Not really. Probably would have
No,
been better
not-
to go
not-
onto the
not at
Winston
all,
for him to
actually.
dive the back line. But and your game is locked to 60 FPS. Is there any reason for that?
Oh, because I don't have a high refresh, whatever it's called, monitor.
Doesn't matter though.
Hmm.
It's still an advantage to have a higher frame rate.
I've taken off VSync, and it boosts my FPS to 70, and I get some screen tearing, and I'm like, the 10 frames is not worth the screen tearing, and
Okay.
I put it back down.
Yeah, as part of this, we'll go into custom game and make sure your settings are all correct and whatnot. Because if you've recorded in this bit rate, and it looks like
Mhm.
you're using CPU encoding, so if you're CPU encoding at standard 60 FPS, your computer should be able to handle way more FPS than this.
Mhm.
You guys are getting countered?
got the good
You still got the payload though, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no, I don't. I tell them I don't care, but
That's fine. That's fine.
we waste a bit of time fighting on it.
We
But
have our spawn is
No,
literally
you're
here.
so.
I like it.
And I'm feeding. Oh Jesus.
Do you know the Fire Strike cancel?
I know it in theory, maybe not in the heat of the moment.
So it's one of the more important. I love your charges.
They keep walking in. They kept walking into them. Like I don't know.
So, literally every single time I review a Reinhardt VOD, I don't know why nobody. The day that I get a Reinhardt VOD submission to me, where the Rein actually in question actually does Fire Strike cancels, I'm gonna go out and drink myself silly in celebration. Can you actually see Overwatch during screen share?
I can see your mouse cursor.
Oh, that's
No,
not
I
bad.
can't.
Let me try and move to windowed borderless. See if it allows the screen share to work. Can you see Overwatch now?
Yes, there it is.
Nice. Okay. So the Fire Strike cancel.
Justice will be done.
Uh-oh.
So, oh my god, I hate windowed borderless. Ugh.
Yeah. I know that. I know in, like I said, in theory, it's you hit it, and as soon as you make contact, you press what is it, E?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And you know, the Fire Strike does. Do you know how much the Fire Strike does?
Not off the top of my head.
The Fire Strike does 100. Do you know how much the hammer does?
Okay. 75, I think.
Yep. Do you know how much
Per
the
swing.
pin does?
50 if you just brush by them, and then what is it, 250 on contact with the wall?
300 on contact with the wall.
300 on
So
contact.
300 plus 100 plus 75 is 475 damage, including armor. That's 470 burst if you pin somebody, like a Reinhardt. So if that Reinhardt has taken 30 damage from anything, it's a kill, right? So, oh, I undid my mouse bindings. So yeah, it's a hammer, Fire Strike. So after you pin really beefy targets, like any sort of tank, you should always hammer Fire Strike. That just needs to be pretty much hammer, Fire Strike, and that should kill. If it doesn't, then the guy's only gonna have like 1 HP remaining, or he took a Brugita pack or got bubbled or something like that. But in order to get more damage, and as well, if you counterpin a Reinhardt, not if you counterpin, if you pin a Reinhardt, the hammer Fire Strike should win you that duel. Whereas if you don't Fire Strike, or you Fire Strike at the wrong time, the chances of you getting the burst, especially if you pinned him into his team, has become dramatically reduced. He hit the fucking platform. Damn it. So yeah, that's just one thing, is that you need to practice the Fire Strike cancel. I use a Fire Strike cancel constantly. It's such an increase in your damage over time, it's absurd. Yeah, it's gonna hit the platform again, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Got him.
Oh. Jeez.
Anyway, yeah, so Fire Strike cancel. That's pretty much all I wanted to cover.
Okay.
Okay. Back
Yeah,
to-
it is something I'm aware of, but usually goes away when I'm have a big hammer and there are people in front of me to hit.
Should Reinhardt be able to fire strike as an M2, no cooldown? What? No, that would be insane.
I wouldn't want to hold E for shield, that's for sure.
Okay, let's keep going. See, I definitely would like to see you. You already know shield hopping. Shield hopping is a very important and hard one to get into muscle memory, but that's already been built up into a habit for you. So fire strike cancels the next tech I want you to learn.
Okay.
If you're gonna T2ers me, at least use Jayne tours. We've got an emote for that now, Chad. Great hammer. See, like even there, if you had used the fire strike cancel on that Reinhardt, you would have killed him like almost a second faster. So it's reducing your time to kill. Just a dramatic increase in time to kill. Sorry, a dramatic reduction in time to kill for Reinhardt using the fire strike cancel. Yeah, just go chase that bitch down.
I got called back.
Oh, okay. The VOD was very low. If you got called back, then it was good play there.
Let's get some free distance on this.
Yeah. And then I told them I wanted to go forward. Oh, I like this part.
You really don't respect. That was awesome.
Get in there.
That was the pin I was looking for. I wasn't expecting to actually dodge a shatter though.
So what do you think about that shatter?
That one, I wish my team was closer. They were a bit. I knew I'd hit most of the people I wanted to, but they were a bit spread out for that.
Okay, let me ask you this again. What do you think about that shatter? I'll play it for you.
My shatter?
Just watch. This is fine. That was dope as fuck. Made that boy sit down.
Got there, Rein.
Get in there.
Oh Jesus, Ana.
Boom. Got the mercy.
Oh yeah.
The only one that matters.
There's that.
What do you think of
There's
that?
that.
What do you think about that shatter?
Well, I'm happy I got the mercy.
That's great.
She's a pain in the backside, but mostly that was the thing again that I mentioned earlier. When an Ana nano boosts me, I feel compelled to make use of it.
Okay, so and there was also the EMP, right? Your Sombra EMP'd as well, right? Well, let's watch it one more time.
Yes, I remember that. I was happy that it wasn't onto me.
So there's your Sombra's
Oh yeah, there's a
translocator.
transponder.
Boom.
Yeah.
So you're gonna move forward. Your Sombra's gonna translocate there right now.
Oh Jesus, Ana.
EMP is gonna
Yeah,
come out.
there she-
Boom. Shatter.
Yeah. So
You sound
possibly a bit overkill.
okay. We're moving in the right direction. So what do you think of the shatter?
In the moment I was happy with it, but it
Okay.
seems unnecessary looking back.
And why is it unnecessary?
Because they're already hacked. I could have just went in and hammered them, which is my favorite thing to do.
Yes, absolutely. And before that, you'd
Aside
already
from
killed
kidding.
their Reinhardt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So EMP wasn't necessary, Nano wasn't necessary, none of those were necessary ultimates. One of them would have been fine to secure the fight, or to like counter ult if they tried to fight back 5v6, but you already had the significant advantage from having killed their Reinhardt. You didn't need to use your hammer.
Okay.
So what could have given this away? That like, so if you run into this situation in the future, how are you going to be able to figure out whether or not you actually hammer or use your ultimate?
This
Press
corner's
tab,
good.
I
This corner's
guess.
good.
Pressing tab is a great one. Kill feed's another great one, but
Let's get some
Okay,
free
that's
distance
true.
on
but let's
Yeah,
look
I have
like-
trouble cracking the kill feed.
So I want you to just scream into your microphone, pause when you realize the fight is won.
That.
Got there,
That's a
Rein.
good start at least. Wait, D.va's still out of mech, so yeah, now.
Right here, right here.
That's when I would probably have realized it. That's their D.va.
Yeah, their D.va's out of mech, and she's been out of mech for a while. That's correct. She was
Yeah,
D-mech from
I'd
Street
forgotten
Phase.
about that.
Mhm.
I'd forgotten about that. So as soon as I pinned their Rein, that was pretty much it.
You're correct.
I
As
think.
soon as you killed their Reinhardt, that fight was won. Their D.va was out of mech. Their Ana is obsessed with nano boosting you for some reason. You should be flattered. And you're going to use EMP, and they're dead. But you used a ton of ults to actually do so.
Yeah, and that bites us in the ass, actually.
So this is one of the things that I teach. I teach Grandmaster teams this, but it's so simple that anyone can implement it into their gameplay. At some point, you as an individual have to recognize consciously when a fight is won or a fight is lost. And regardless of whether the fight is won or is lost, ultimates do not come out after that point. Ultimates, the primary use of ultimates is to turn a fair fight into an unfair fight. So a Genji who kills 2 and then pulls out his blade to kill the rest of the team wasted his blade. A Genji who used his blade to kill 2 in a 6v6, that's a good use of blade. So you didn't even need to use your ultimate to turn the fair-ish fight into an unfair fight. Right? You just fucked up their Reinhardt right into a wall. He's your bitch. Sit down. This is how you play Reinhardt. You already won. And now you're just disrespecting the opponent with your hammer. So, just conscious, think about it. Is this fight won? Is this fight lost? Do I need my ultimate?
I'm pushing up all the way to the next floor.
I love this.
Someone get on. Good.
Thank you.
I got scared so much. Who's playing point? I can't shield that.
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't even try against me.
Yeah.
And you still got the cap. It was dirty and messy, but one of the things that I also like to do on Reinhardt is if a bomb comes out, if I'm playing Winston, I'll say bubble or no bubble. Like, I'll bubble, or something like that. Yeah, you said it.
Yeah.
You said it pretty late, though. And it did look like
Yeah,
you were moving to shield it. So people were like, my Rein will save. No! And they die. So if you are going to shield, commit to shielding it and let people know as early as possible. Sorry, question in the chat here. What's the best way to tell when a fight's lost? If you're down 2, but your Genji pulls out his weeb stick and evens it out, should you keep fighting? If your Genji takes the risk of blading down 2 and makes it even, at that point it becomes... This is why you hear the winnable call all the time when you're watching your favorite streamers. Because winnable, the call winnable means that we've taken losses, but so have they, and the fight is still even. So winnable basically means that it's okay to invest ultimates here. So yes, it's sort of like a meme on Twitch, but it's a meme because people don't really understand what it means. So if you were losing or resetting, but then something happens that makes the fight winnable, you scream winnable so that your team knows that, oh, we can actually like keep engaging and keep fighting here. So yeah, you normally keep fighting until one of your win conditions or your main win condition is no longer able to be satisfied based on your losses. If the D.va bomb goes behind you as Rein, is it worth it to shield the backline if you sacrifice yourself? What? If the D.va bomb goes behind you as Rein, is it worth it to shield the backline if you sacrifice yourself? Just turn around? What? Do I misunderstand your question? The gears just seized. I don't know what you mean. I think he means that he turns around and the front line of the enemy attack him. Oh. So this is if you're talking about like being CC'd while you're shielding the D.va bomb, the best way to do it is just keep your shield face towards the enemy until the last second and then flick. So, I'm sure there's this video of like a semi-pro player or something where the D.va bomb is behind it and the Reinhardt, so they went for the bomb shatter play. The bomb shatter play is where you launch a bomb into the back line and the Reinhardt goes to shield it and then you hammer the Rein at the last second so he gets knocked down. So, basically what happened here is that the Rein who is shielding the bomb turns to shield the bomb as bait. The Reinhardt goes for the shatter. The Rein flicks 180 to block the shatter, and then flicks back to block the bomb. So he actually blocked both. But yeah, so if you are worried about getting attacked from behind while you're shielding the bomb, just position yourself early, and then at the last moment, flick 180 so that you actually shield the bomb. There, somebody posted it in chat. Twitchy Marine, I assume. It's crazy. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you. Ryan and Mangachu are in chat. Ryan and Mangachu. Do you know who they are? Urban?
I'm sorry.
Do you know who Ryan Central or Mangachu is?
Only through your channel.
Only through my channel. Cool. Ryan Central actually runs the Overwatch Central YouTube, so he's one of the guys that helped you improve.
Yeah.
Got there, Murphy. That was a bad idea.
Show it? I don't even know if this is the right clip or not. Oh, this is a different clip. That is not the right clip. That is not the right clip. XQC is crazy though.
I'm going crazy.
Oh,
I'm
they're all
sorry,
here.
guys.
Again!
You got him out?
Again! I love Ryan.
Drop back your main tank.
He's so cheerful. He's so German.
I
too.
love this. You've got gold damage, gold limbs. You are just a gold-plated Ryan. So, why the Boston skin? Are you from Boston?
Yeah, I'm from Boston. I'm a Uprising's my team, so I was a little upset after stage 3, but not by much.
You were upset after stage 3. Your team went 10-0, and you were upset.
No. On the finals, after the finals, I meant. But I'm still proud of them. and
Yeah,
I'm not
like they
that
went
upset.
against.
I just
they
the
went
only thing
against
I could
New
have
York.
asked.
They went like
The
against.
only thing the only thing I could have asked for more is that they won. But tough task. I was expecting the 11
If
and 1.
only my team was literally flawless. Fans of the Dallas Fuel, I just want to punch you in your smug fucking mug right now. If only my team were flawless. You a Gesture fan then?
Who, me?
Yeah. No, the other guy in chat.
Oh. Am I a Gesture fan? I can't even track which team he plays for. I don't even know the backup lineup for Boston.
Do you know? Are you a Gamsu fan?
I like Gamsu a lot. I'm more of a Note guy, actually.
You're more of a Note guy. You're cheering for the
Yeah.
Canadian. You trying to just get in my good books or something like that?
No, he's just, he makes some big plays every once in a while, but for the most part, he's just quietly propping his team up on his own. I respect that out of a guy.
I have ult again, so whenever.
Yeah, I got
Good
mine
fire
too.
strike.
My ultimate
Shield.
It was all right.
Good shield on the Winston too. Boom. Take that punch like a man. Not much you can do. So,
Yeah.
like, things like that Doomfist doing that should be punished by your DPS. There's things that you just can't... Shit like that won't happen when you go higher in the rank, because if a Doomfist tries to do that, he'll just get utterly fucked. So, things like that, you just take the punch like a man and be like, I'll see you in silver, never, and then rank up past him. So,
My ultimate heat charge.
That's me actively trying to get into the healing stream.
it's very hard to charge an Orisa who has
Ace healing one.
Yeah.
And you, never mind, I'm dead.
I was hoping to get a pin, but mostly trying to close distance.
You don't usually want to be using your charge to close distance, since it's very uncontrollable. You can't stop, your positioning. You never really know where you're going to end up. You can very easily be CC'd. You can't shield cooldowns or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, I would definitely not recommend using charge to... The Ana wanted to nano you again, but she landed it on the Moira instead. That's unfortunate.
Oh, that's not
So...
good.
Alright, new plan. We
So
have
here the question is, you have hammer, how are you going to be looking to use your hammer, right? So if you are going to be a carry heart, your hammer is going to be how you do it. First, you don't make mistakes. You just very consistently take space and deny it to the enemy. But if you really want to be a carry heart, you need to hit your hammers. So here, what is preventing you from landing a hammer? I want you to list 3 things on the enemy team that is going to prevent you from landing a hammer. 4? 3? 3, 4, 3, 3. Let's do 3.
Okay. 3?
List 3 things that would stop your hammer from being successful.
Arisa's shield pops off on the top of my head real quick.
Yes, Orisa shields.
Doomfist.
Well, Doomfist's what?
Doomfist's knockback. Almost anything, really.
His punch will, yes, cancel your hammer. That's the one I didn't think you were going to get. And what's the third one?
Oh, God. I can't even remember what the comp was precisely.
If you're watching Twitch chat, they're trying to give you the answer.
Fortify?
Fortify will only block your hammer from hitting the Orisa.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's a good one to know, though, because if you don't hammer the Orisa, she can halt you away from the rest of the team. So that is a hindrance to your hammer being successful. And if I ever hammer, Fortify, although it does not block anyone behind him, I still wait for Fortify before hammering. So
Okay.
I would absolutely consider Fortify something that would fuck up my hammer. That's good. That's 3.
Fortify might be one.
Fortify,
Yeah, okay.
Shield, and Doomfist Punch are the 3 things that I would look at.
Yeah, I'm looking to use it very aggressively here, though. So,
Okay, nice.
Good hammer.
yeah.
They were extended past their Orisa shield. EMP was wasted, but great, great hammer.
Doom down.
Chasing
Yeah,
this Mercy.
Orisa attack.
Whenever I'm chasing a Mercy like that, I don't usually swing my hammer, just in case they can
Okay.
Guardian Angel between hammer swings like that. So what I will do is I'll just like walk at them, and then as they try and Guardian Angel past me, hammer, Fire Strike, cancel, right? So
Oh, yep. Okay.
the
Yeah.
Fire Strike's really easy to land because the Mercy will be going in a straight direction. So just walk at her menacingly until she's forced to Guardian Angel. Hammer Strike, Fire cancel. Hammer, Fire Strike cancel.
You got a mess?
Hammer fire strike. And he lands on me.
Could have blocked that one as well with the shield, but you've since learned that you
Yeah.
can block Doomfist's bam. Yes, that's what I call it. I call it the Doom bam. You can block that with your shield.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong, done.
Going to Winston for the
And
recontest.
I'm just, yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Try and just jump in.
No.
It's a shame. I'm proud of my team
That's fine.
Yeah,
Do better.
for the most part.
Boop, doop, boop, boop. Awesome. Okay, what do you run on defense? More Rein, I hope?
No, we have an Orisa, so I go with D.va actually
Oh, good
because
choice.
I can't
Good
play
choice.
Hog.
Well, Orisa Diva's still fine. Orisa Hog's good,
Yeah.
Orisa Diva's good. Just while we're doing this, I'm going to thank some subscribers. Do you want to help thank subscribers with me?
Oh,
Can you give a huge thank you to Cafe TV, Dongatello, and Crypto Tonight? Can you thank those guys for me?
I would if I had not the memory of a goldfish, but thank you so much for subscribing.
Thanks, guys. Even Urban appreciates you subscribing. David Bradbury.
I appreciate everybody here.
David Bradbury with 100 bits says, "Here's a down payment on some strings so you can tie the pen to your desk." Thanks, David. I appreciate. Try Hard with $2 says, "How did I not hit the Mercy? And please read description. Don't guess my SR. You already know it. I will check that out." Panda donated $5 with a Guess My SR request, which we'll do after this. Not Shade donated $5 as well and says, "I know this is mean, but I think it'll be fun for chat. I use 2000 DPI and 5.4. So I think that's a couple more Guess My SR requests. And then Loxley with the Prime Slub and Screen Clicker Tier 1 for 2 months in a row. Welcome back. And that's a lot of Zeds. Thanks for the Prime Sub, dude. Okay. Would you do this style of review again? I don't know. I just kind of like go with the flow. Maybe. I just kind of had a feeling like Urban was a good guy and he'd be, good to have on. So, and I wasn't wrong.
Stop embarrassing me, Dad.
Son, I will put you on exhibit anytime I want. Anyway, okay.
Oh, you're gonna love
all.
You're gonna
chips,
love
man.
one of the moments in here. I absolutely whiff one of my abilities.
Looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, look forward to it super hard.
Yes, it's me, Baguette.
Was Guess My SR your idea? Yes, it was actually. I mean, there's a pretty funny story about Guess My SR. It was it all started because somebody posted their play of the game to me, and they wanted to show off their play of the game to me because it was like they thought it was so impressive, and they linked this to me in sub chat, and me being the asshole I was like, cool, but, and then I listed like all of the things wrong with their play of the game. And they kind of like were deflated, and I was like, "Yeah, it was like it was probably like solidly like 2,800 or so," and he was like 2,750 or something at the time. So this became like this kind of evolved. Other people saw that conversation and started posting their other play of the games, trying to get me to guess their SR and kind of use it as a mini. So it started off as like a mini VOD review. You'd get like a 20-second VOD review about all the mistakes you could possibly make during a play of the game. So that's how it got started. Could you VOD review one of my VOD reviews? Huh, that'd be fun.
Vegeta!
Baguette coming at you.
I'm haunting you.
Coming in hot.
My vague idea here is to hopefully they charge straight through and I set up a crossfire with Dialysa, but oh, yep, there's Rein.
You're Rein's down.
The only thing that I like this. The only thing that I don't like is you're overusing your boost. Your boost isn't giving you enough options. Sorry, your boost isn't giving you enough value, and it provides a significant number of options to you. You can pursue, you can retreat, you can add some burst damage. Since we're talking about tech, let me show you another D.va tech that you can use. So,
Okay.
Are we still in?
Yeah, I can see. I can
Okay,
see.
okay,
Don't,
you can see?
don't worry. Yeah.
Okay, so you know that meleeing will cancel D.va's boost, right?
I do now.
You do now. Fantastic. I'm going to teach you something and then unteach you something in the span of 30 seconds. Perfect. So if you melee, it will cancel D.va's boost. Now, this can be used as like a finishing combo. So if that bot's right there, you boost up to him, you get the boop and the melee damage, right?
Okay.
But I want you to watch something. You now know that meleeing will cancel D.va's boost, but watch this.
What?
What? What in the heckers just happened there? My melee is no longer canceling my boost? What the fuck? No, I'm not meleeing first, I'm boosting first. It's not melee boost. That's what that would look like. I'm boosting and meleeing and it's not canceling? How in the gibber fuck am I doing this?
It looks like you're doing it at the same time.
What? That's what? See there, like look how late I can melee and have it not cancel. That canceled it. What am I doing differently?
You're asking the wrong person for that. Oh.
Strange. Strange. Now,
What is that like?
if you watch the boost has an animation, and why it works this way, I have no fucking idea. But if you watch the joysticks, watch D.va's little joysticks.
Mm-hmm.
When I press shift, she moves them into the center. And if you trigger melee before her animation of boost actually finishes, it will not cancel boosters. So you can actually get two melees into a single boost. You can boost melee and then melee again to cancel it. So you can get even more, because if we're talking about like the knockback on D.va's boosters, so I'm going to knock back this bot, but then I'm going to keep flying through it. You only get the knockback from boosters once. So knockback, but then you fly through the bot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things you can do is at close range, you can boost melee, get the knockback, and then once you catch up, you melee the second time. So it's kind of like, boop, And then if I kept going, I thought he was going to stay up there, but you can melee a second time. You can also do the same sort of thing where instead of kind of going directly through him, you can go and then up and drop on him. It's so hard to do this in windowed borderless. The input lag is absurd. But yeah, so you can use it as burst damage too. So you don't have to melee boost. You can boost melee, get that burst, and then retreat, for example. So, like, if you wanted to kill somebody, you could kind of like boost melee in and then retreat back in. You also don't have to think about using your boost as a linear. I'm going from here to there. You can also do it to just cleave a bunch of people and piss them off. Like boosting into a Genji blade or something like that will throw him off. And if you boost through a team, one of the things that Mufin, who's a really good D.Va player, does is goes on flanks, gets up behind targets like this, and then uses the boosters themselves to knock the Reinhardt closer into his team in the same way that a Lucio could disrupt like that. So you can use boost for a whole bunch of different reasons. You know, boost through, 180, and then boost people, kind of displace the bot. If that was a Reinhardt, for example, you can do that, like fly through people, knocking them, doing a whole bunch of damage. Boost can be used for a lot of different reasons, but you're using it quite liberally here and not getting much value out of it. So that's the first thing that I'd like you to look at primarily, is going to be your use of boost.
I thought you were going to be a challenge.
Okay, let's keep looking. Yeah, unfortunately, the amount of boost boost damage is only like 10 now or something dumb. It got nerfed pretty badly.
Moira's going to point.
Doomfist down.
I'll leave that to the defense.
Time to raise my APM.
Also your defense matrix. Defense matrix is not meant to just absorb random ass chip damage. So like the fact that you have 0 defense matrix resource here is pretty poor. You want to be using that for life-saving situations, sort of you know, if the Orissa's shield breaks, for example, you'd want to defense matrix that until she gets her new shield down. If somebody gets hooked, you'd want to defense matrix that. If Doomfist uppercuts somebody, you'd want to defense matrix your ally there so that the Doomfist can't get the easy left clicks on the, you know, the stun locked target. Not stun locked, movement locked target. So, but defense matrix should not be used for just random chip damage. Healers will heal it. You can prevent that damage from being taken in the first play just with better positioning. But additionally, your Orisa is kind of being dumb, and you've committed to assisting your Orisa. But like this Moira, and there's also a Doomfist or a Soldier also in the back line somewhere, I think. So
there was. I think he's up dead.
Yeah, he's dead now. I think the Doomfist is back here somewhere though. But you have your boosters, so you can boost to assist your team and then boost back to the Orisa. And she's an Orisa. This is bronze. The time to kill is pretty long. You should be able to come back in time to save her. I watched the Fisher double shatter is not that impressive. I don't know why you guys think it's so impressive. He hammers, then his team gravitons. He swings into the grav and he hammers the second time 6 seconds later. Yeah, it's 2 hammers in like 7 seconds, but it's because he was swinging into a grav. It wasn't really that impressive. Stop asking me to watch that clip.
Yes, you. Look at. Look at.
They're making a
Oh,
push.
they have a Winston.
So
Did they always have a Winston?
no, they had a Rein. They swapped.
Watch your backs.
Get through this. Comes out.
Oh, that's sorry. Nice.
He was going on the.
One of the things you could be doing is you're actually like you're quite an aggressive Reinhardt, but you're a little bit of a passive D.Va in the fact that as long as you have armor, like especially against a Winston or something, you've got the benefit of damage being reduced against your armor. So if you have armor, there's nothing wrong with like peeking and taking fights, especially if you're charging up your ultimate, because that gives you basically a second life or an offensive tool. So although the opponent is not forcing you to do anything, if you had your ultimate here, kind of sitting here and not doing anything would be perfectly fine. You know, if the opponents are not forcing you to do anything, don't do anything. But if you don't have your ultimate, you can take these like smaller, quicker fights against people just around the choke. You know, use it every time your micro missile comes off cooldown to farm your ultimate. So one of the general things that on Reinhardt and D.va, you want to do actions kind of in the downtime that leads to you charging your ultimate as fast as possible, which is why on Reinhardt, Fire Strike accuracy is actually critically important because hitting a Fire Strike on one target, do you know how much ult charge it gives you?
I have no idea. All I know is it gives me quite a bit.
Take a guess. How many percentage of ult charge does a Fire Strike give you?
At a guess.
You know what? The best way to make yourself look smarter is to always have Twitch chat open because you know Twitch chat's going to throw the answer in Twitch chat in chat.
Yeah, now they're all throwing up different numbers. No,
now they're all just throwing random shit just to confuse you.
I'm gonna go with
15.
I'm gonna go with this one that's got like 12 sevens on it. That much.
It is sevens. It is 7,777,000. No, it's 7. It's 7% ult charge for a Fire Strike. And doing quick math, how much would a pin give you?
Fire Strike does 100. A pin does something
21.
like that. Yeah.
So if you cleave 3 people with a Fire Strike, gives you 20% ult charge. So Fire Strike accuracy in terms of Reinhardt is so important. It allows you to finish off targets for the long range that are escaping, and it allows you to get hammer way faster than the other guy. So Fire Striking off cooldown, peeking for Fire Strike, just doing that constantly. I Fire Strike doors, I Fire Strike chokes. If you ever see me play Reinhardt, I will Fire Strike off of cooldown pretty much any way I can, even for the smallest percentage chance that Fire Strike's going to hit something and give me 7% more ult charge.
Okay.
Winston's coming up the theater.
Yeah.
I'll go chase him down.
I got him. Let's go.
Micros.
Yeah.
He's a good dancer.
What Rose?
My Doomfist.
Is he a good dancer?
Yeah,
What sensitivity
he gives
do
me
you
a lot.
use?
Your question is, are you a good
I
dancer?
don't know about my DPI, but I think I'm on 5.5-ish.
What mouse do you use?
I have a Logitech Proteus or something. It's been a while. I've had it for a while, so I forget the name. G502. Yeah.
Oh, you have a 502.
Yep. I have a nice setup. It makes me wish I could play better.
Do you have the the driver for it, or is there like a DPI switch on it?
It's a DPI switch on it.
Okay, so all
I have it
Logitech
set
mice
to-
go between 400, 800, 1600, 3200. Which of the fastest increment, like in terms of slowest to fastest, are you the slowest, the fastest?
I'm the second fastest currently.
Second fast, so you're 1600 DPI?
Yes.
And you
must be
have
right.
what in game?
Honestly, I can't remember. Hold on. I can tell you. It's like somewhere around 4 or 5.
So if it's 4, you're at like, what is that?
I know I said
6,400?
5.5 earlier, but
5.5 earlier? So
I
you're-
said 5.5
You're somewhere
earlier.
between like 6.5 and 8K eDPI. How large is your mouse pad?
it's. I have a ruler right here. It's like 12 inches and 12 by 10.
Inches.
Yep. So I have my sensitivity is 3.8 with 1600 DPI.
3.8.
Whew.
So 6080. 6080 DPI. Okay. And how many 360s can you do on your mouse pad? Can you even, like, that's a tiny mouse pad. Jeepers.
Mm-hmm.
How,
Real
like,
estate's
so
limited.
if you just go into the training range and place your mouse on the very edge of the mouse pad and then drag it to the other edge, how many 360s can you do?
Almost 2.
Almost 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have desk space for a larger mouse pad?
If I really wanted to, this is what I. Yeah, I mean, I could clean up my desk for sure.
If you're
It'll
just
give me a reason to actually.
give me a second. Let me kind of show you what I'm working with here. No? Are you... Hello? There I am. This is the size of my mouse pad.
It's a little bit bigger.
It's a bit bigger, yeah.
Yeah, but you know.
It's a bit bigger.
Yeah, just by a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah, so... And if you said you can do almost 2 360s, that means we need to cut your sensitivity in almost half. In
okay.
almost half. So... Now, what kind of grip do you use? Do you use a fingertip? Do you use a palm grip, claw grip? What kind of grip do you use with your mouse?
I think it's a palm for the most part.
How many 360s can I do? Just barely one. I can do about 400 degrees turn on my mouse pad.
Jeez. But yeah, I think it's a palm grip. My wrist is
Do you have
very
a,
firmly
do you have,
on the desk.
Do you have a pivot point? Is it your elbow that rests on the desk? Is it part of your forearm that rests on the edge of the desk? Is it your wrist? Does your mouse pad have a wrist rest on it?
No, it's very bare bones. It's mostly my wrist rests directly on the mouse pad, and then most of my hand on the mouse.
Okay. Let me actually turn my green screen back on here. Filters, chroma key. Okay, so... Sorry, I forget. I was ignoring you. Fingertip or palm? Is your palm touching the mouse when you use it?
Lightly, very lightly.
So you're kind of like a claw grip. Now, is it the tips or the pads of your fingertips that are gripping the mouse?
Oh God, it's the tips.
It's the tips.
Yeah.
So you are claw grip.
Yep.
So claw grip, 6,000. Yeah. So you'll probably want to keep the 1600 DPI then, but drop your sensitivity down to. Drop it down to 3, and let me know if you can do more than a 360.
Okay. Oh.
Suiting up.
This is also ignoring the issue that my brain also has to track the target.
Yeah, well, it'll make it easier. Right? Also, like you're still running at 60 FPS, so there's going to be some bit of that is going to be input lag as well. But
Okay. Let me see. You said 3. Let me do that. Let me see. I can do just over. I can do like a 360 plus 1. I hate math.
you can do more than a 360 though.
Yeah, I can do the 360
Good
plus
enough.
180.
Don't change. That's new. That's your new sensitivity. Okay, let's keep
Okay,
watching.
never change. All right. Leafs are gonna suck.
That bomb's going to kill like 3, isn't it? Only 2. You
no.
almost got the mercy. She was in fall
Yeah.
off.
I can't remember why I used that.
Nani?
I enjoy killing that Doomfist. A little too much.
Wow, that lone soldier. Get over here.
Interesting supercharger.
We can get him. We can
Depends on the color. There's a D.va and a Mercy behind us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's fun.
You still got behind. How did the Orisa not get behind her own shield?
I don't know. In bronze, here's what I noticed: is that you hide behind a shield and pray that the Orisa doesn't move it on you.
Yeah, that's also how it happens in Grandmaster 2. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, the more I watch you, the less I feel badly about being in bronze.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Working.
Masters especially, totally mortals. Masters and GMs, not that impressive.
Yeah, kill a D.va in a Winston place.
Nice double Riptire kill.
Yeah, I have a good team. I'm not sure how we lost. I think we lost it at some point.
Now, the one thing that I'm mostly noticing is that you're not like respecting the Winston's barrier, for example. And this is one of the things that your booster can be used for. And like you chase that Doomfist, but the Winston specifically, you damage his bubble instead of just going inside of his bubble. And not only can you do that against a Winston, but you can knock, like your boost has knockback that you can also knock him out of his own bubble. If he's in the middle of like a fight, you boosting inside of that bubble, can you knock him back, force him to retreat outside of his bubble where the rest of the team can also assist you in killing him. So getting closer to targets like that can be very useful.
Then, almost certainly. I usually expect things to die as soon as I look at them and get a little offended when they don't. But I don't have the mechanic.
Your mechanics
I don't
aren't,
have the obvious.
your mechanics aren't that bad. They're certainly not great, but it's more. So the thing that's causing the issue is, like, if we're looking at this fight, I don't know how long this fight has actually been going on for. Over a minute, probably. So it's still going on here, still going on here, still going on here.
The nature of bronze is that usually the team fights are
Very long, right? Because the time to kill is also quite long. So here the fight's
long
starting at
and
like 52 seconds. The Doomfist initiates, but I want you to just notice how many different targets you keep switching on to. You know, you're more reactive. You're kind of like fighting whatever it is you see in front of you instead of seeking out a target or protecting a target. You know, you were on the Doomfist, then you were on the D.va, then you're on the Doomfist. I think your bomb killed one, and then you're just kind of like shooting whatever's in front of you. You don't have any sort of sense of, is there a target that I need to be chasing after? Is my defense matrix a critical resource that I need to use to save a teammate? You know, you don't need to use your defense matrix to like help Orisa manage her shield health or anything like that. But the targets that you're attacking, just look at how many switches we see here.
Yeah,
so
I'm all over.
You're
the place.
very reactive, and you're just kind of doing things with no purpose in mind. So like a Mercy who Guardian Angels away from you. Also like the Mercy who went for the res. So she's well within your fall off range. So D.va's fall off range is 10 meters, right? So after 10 meters she starts doing reduced damage, and the only really thing that prevents you from doing maximum damage within 10 meters is either tracking or spread. But here, you'd have she's right there. You could very easily kill her and then use your boost as a finisher. So if you are going to be looking to use your boost for damage, like, you're not going to be able to get the knockback here. You know, the Mercy is right on top of the res, and if she just presses W into the res target, your knockback's not going to be sufficient to cancel it, which maybe you were doing. But yeah, if you were just shoot this Mercy and then use your boost combo to finish her off, that would have been way, way, way better.
Okay. So just shoot. Sometimes just shooting.
Yeah, you use your boost quite often way too early. So it gives you options. So until you see an opportunity in which using your boost will give you, really good value, like I'm going to use it to launch my bomb, I'm going to use it to burst this guy down with my combo, I'm going to use it to peel for my support, or pursue a target that's trying to escape, something like that. Your boost right now isn't getting any value, and it's in fact kind of locking you to one location. So a bit more thought and patience with your boost would go a long way.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, he does you do cancel the res. Cool.
Wait, what?
Apparently you do cancel the res.
Sure. I'll take it.
Taunting this Doomfist so bad, he's just like,
Yeah.
So you're not a frontline
I'm
tank, right? As an off tank, your main job is going to be supporting the amount of aggression that your main tank can put out. So right there, you were one of the ones who you respawned here. You respawned here, right? So you respawned in old spawn. This is the spawn that you use for first point, right? You respawned here, but anybody who died after you, like this Junkrat and this Orisa, they're going to be spawning in the new spawn for second, which means that you're going to be split. So here is where it would be really useful for you to regroup with your team because they've got quite the walk. Like you're looking at all the blue chevrons, you know that they are in just forever away. And instead of regrouping up, you move forward. Now, in a higher elo, this would get you punished pretty hard even as a tank.
Okay.
Just boosting away isn't going to help you if they themselves also have mobility, or worst case scenario, they have a Lucio. So, like, think about this. You're frontlining, you are getting pocketed by a Mercy, but what is the chance you're actually going to get an elimination here?
Very little. Unless I get lucky with my missiles.
Very low. Is like... Outside of you using their bomb and them suiciding on top of it, probably not going to get a kill. And if you were going to use your bomb, it would still become more effective if your team was there to, go after the team that you just split, kill the people who are hiding in a very specific location from your bomb. Even if you did use your bomb to get kills, your bomb would be more effective with a team. So regroup here, because the only thing you're doing is feeding ultimate charge. You have your ultimate, so your damage is trash damage, and probably a few of them don't have their ultimate, so you being here and just feeding ultimate chargement is making things worse. And if you get staggered, then it's even worse, because if you get staggered, a stagger basically gives an opponent a free team fight, is that they can push for a significant distance before you are able to respawn and regroup. So here you've made the classic low elo mistake of not regrouping and going immediately to try back to the fight to try and keep fighting.
Yeah, I fell into the that's close enough trap.
Yep,
for sure.
So here, as soon as that Doomfist uses his mobility, you could chase after him, right?
Or at least I try to.
Yeah, so like if he goes down, you know that as soon as he drops out of his meteor strike, he's going to use his movement to either try and finish somebody off or do something like here. So save, save, save. Now he's used his mobility. That's when you could chase after him with micro missiles to burst him down. So you can kind of see the person who uses the mobility first put themselves...
Oh, here we go. Here we go. You're going to love this.
I am robbed. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
I hit it right before it came back online. I hit my boosters before they came online, just an instant, and then pressed key.
I've done it. I'm pretty sure any D.va player's done that once or twice, or tried to launch and not realize that the boosters were actually on cooldown. I've done that a couple times too. It's just unfortunate. But what I'm really trying to emphasize here is that the person who used the mobility first is at a disadvantage. So if you use mobility first and pointlessly, you are constantly putting yourself at a disadvantage. Whereas that Doomfist, as soon as he uses his mobility, you can boost after him, get into close range with your micro. See, you boosted first, he boosted second, he got away.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm starting to see these things now that you're mentioning it.
Quite on point.
Yeah, I know.
So if that Winston had gotten low, you've managed to close the distance, without using your mobility. So if he ever tried to escape but he was low, you could boost after him to finish him off. This is just your team. You weren't regrouped here, so you took a fight kind of, 6v3, 6v4, and they just slowly outvalued you. I think you're going to lose off of this. So you didn't get a team fight in second, and you didn't get a team fight in third, which was unfortunate. So if you're wondering why you were lost, it's because bronze, and your team didn't regroup during second or third, so they captured first. Basically, to win the entire game, the opponents won one team fight. They only beat you once. And they beat you once on first point. Right? All their other fights were either staggers or you hadn't regrouped and you tried to initiate early. And since you weren't killing any of them because you would keep staggering in, they stayed as 6 where you fought them 6v3, 6v4, and you kept losing because you never regrouped fully. So they beat you because they won a singular team fight.
Whew.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I forgot to press shift before I pressed Q. Thank you for the 100, thank you for the 100 bits word, man.